Live from a disused water tank in Wrexham.
Oh, here we go.
It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show.
Do you ever mention that name in front of me, that filthy piece of toe rag?
It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show. It's the Andy Snowden Radio Show.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, I better put my mic up. That would be Andy, wouldn't it? There you are. This stage and screen show with me, Andy Snowden. And just to keep you up to date with the scores on the doors, it is Brighton 1, Manchester United 2. That's in the lunchtime kickoff. Just around about 2 minutes left on the clock on that one.
You will need to.
So this is the stage and screen show, as I say, with me, Andy Snowden, here until 3 p.m. this afternoon. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you're more than welcome to. Andy Snowden at Calon FM Stage and Screen. That's on Facebook. I think that's the easiest way.
Junk in the trunk.
Although there is a slightly easier way, and that's on Twitter.
Your wiggle bit, mud flaps, your rump rock.
Twitter, easier on the thumbs, and you don't have to type as much.
Buckle pop, your medicine ball.
Anyway, if you want anything to any tracks playing, any announcements, a shout out to a friend, a buddy, or a lover.
Mothra.
You know how to do it, don't you? Of course you do.
Your crock pot.
Right then, musicians and performers across the board have been trying to keep themselves busy throughout lockdown. And my next guest is an old friend of the Stage and Screen Show. Came back on the show in 2017, and he has got a brand new album out called The Whiskey Blues, and a brand new single to boot, and that is Zeni Danussi, and he joins us now to explain all. And Zeni, you and I alike, we were both kind of turned on by not just the same kind of music, but the same kind of band, right?
What, with the core?
Yeah.
Oh, well, with the core, you and I mean, I go back with core from 73. I mean, the music, it was, for me, what really kicked it off with core and was Blue Eyed Lady. But I go back with core, way back to, I think I first started in 73. And from my point of view, that was it, I was hooked. And then when core did Rock Over the World stuff tour, that was my first tour actually, because even though I was a core fan from 73, I was too young. And I basically got my first wage and went to Manchester and got a ticket. When I saw Rossi on stage and Core on stage for the first time, it was Manchester Apollo. And they had on the Rock Over the World tour, they had the lighting floor, had all the colours on the floor.
Yeah.
And I remember them sort of like talking about that in the NME. But I actually didn't see the gig a lot because I was that into it.
Yeah.
I was gone.
Yeah.
But AC/DC came after that, because I saw AC/DC with Bon Scott and Led of the Rock tour as well just after. You're into AC/DC, I think, are you?
Love them.
Yeah. But when I saw AC/DC with Bon Scott on the Let There Be Rock tour, I swear to God, you can't beat Core on stage, but AC/DC at the time smashed it.
Yeah.
They really did. And then I saw AC/DC on every tour with Bon Scott after that, and that's what got me. I was massively hooked. And then the period around that it was always AC/DC Core, but Core had that 2 year out, didn't they?
Yes.
They had 2 years out where they did for tax reasons.
Right.
That's what I can remember. But that's when I soaked into Scorpions, AC/DC, and a lot of other bands around that. But they're the main sort of like targets what I went for.
Yeah.
They just smashed my head completely.
But your style is very Quo-esque, if you like. It's a mixture of belting rock tunes and soothing ballads, and I wonder, when you're sitting down to write something, do you know which way it's going to go beforehand, or do you just let, as you say, just go with it?
I broke the rules with Cry the Wind. I didn't follow anything with that. I just followed the moment. But what I usually do with my structure is I always try and base it around the hardcore of AC/DC and the driving force of Core. So that's what I try and merge together all the time. Yeah. And then because I got hooked on Satriani in the 80s. On the instrumentals, I bring in a taste or a flavour of Satriani on the instrumentals. But when it comes to the hardcore riffs, even behind the Satriani influence, I always try and what I always do. I always bring in the driving force of Core. It's impossible for me, to be honest, to not bring in Malcolm Young Rick on some of these flavours anyway.
Yeah.
But they're always there anyway. They're always there when I'm writing.
Yeah.
And I just can't leave it. I can't get it out of the system. So it's an automatic sort of like writing play, if you like, what I do around that.
Are you one of these that's always writing? Do you always have a sort of mental note going on?
No. I've always got ideas, Andy, but it's like now I've done a lot of writing this year. Basically, I've done so much writing. You need to have a break off from that, otherwise you're going to be just doing not the right feels for the song. So what I normally do is come off for about a month.
Yeah.
And then I go into something else. So I like to do art stuff, like I do photography as a little hobby. So I do the photography and then I put that into art, and then I sort of like work that sort of like area to chill down. And then so all of a sudden I wake up one morning and then something clicks, and then the penny drops, and then you're back into writing again. So it's an automatic thing, really.
Yeah. And you've got 3 albums now to your name, and two EPs.
I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. God, I can't remember. I did. I think I've got 4 actually now. No, I think there's about 4 albums. The first one was Aftershock, but that was done on a story of an alien type invasion.
Right.
But I didn't really mix it well, so because the drums are a bit flat. But I've left it going because people tend to like a couple of tracks off it. And after that, there was a couple of EPs, I think. It's like High Speed Driver. So I can't remember.
Do you find, I mean, apart from the equipment as you just mentioned then with the reel-to-reel, do you prefer the way that we can record nowadays, or do you hark back to how it used to be?
I enjoy going in the studio and doing it the old school way, because there was an interaction.
Yeah.
And it was, I remember, we had a great time because we used to do it in Leeds at the time. There was a studio in Leeds. In fact, the first experience I've never forgot, because we went in and we did this reel-to-reel, and we did 4 tracks. And we did play them live, by the way. We got that recorded live as well, so there's some recordings somewhere of live performances, which I was trying to find from the universities, because we did all the universities. But if I can find the live performances, we're actually going to release them, get them redone digitally in London, and then release them as a bit of a live album.
Yeah.
But that's going way back. That isn't the now writing. That's way back, the early writing. But it'd have been good to have them live because you've got an audience behind it.
Yeah.
I did like the feel of the old school way. But the digital way now, how it's done now, is that we get it put down on digital. I send it off to a great guy called John Ashley in London, and he does Led Zeppelin, he does The Who, he does ABBA, he records all them. Right, so he's been with me now for about 8 to 9 years. And he's doing all my finishes on the stuff. So all the stuff you get, John's done them all. Yeah. And he does all the big boys. So I trust him 100% with it. But I think I would prefer the old way because there's interaction with the guys, and there's interaction with it all. I do it all myself now. I just write it all and do it all.
Yeah. Which you can do now. You can just do it in your own house now, can't you? It's.
I don't. Yeah, but I've kept the old way. I don't do any looping or anything. I actually do it all myself. I won't do any takes unless I can play it from beginning to end. I don't cheat on it at all. Yeah. What I do is that I learn the song, memorise it all, and I won't put it down unless I can actually do it as if I'm playing it live. So I won't. So if I make a mistake, I'll just stop, get rid of it, and then I'll start again. So everything what I do it's literally from the beginning of the track, and I play it right through to the end, and I won't do it any other way.
When I find myself in trouble and I need someone to lean on, I only have to call and you're right there by my side. But I can't see all the reasons why you have to be so far away. I wonder if our love is real, here to stay. Because you can't help my feelings and you can't help my love for you. And I'll always believe in all the things that you want me to. When you tell
It's fairly obvious you're a status quo fanatic. I think that's fair. And you've done a few quo covers. All the Reasons was when we first started talking and you came on the show. That was a tribute to Rick Parfitt. The brilliant All the Reasons, and you've done a year as well. But you're bringing out a brand new EP. It's called Quo for You. You almost go for the album tracks. Are you drawn to a specific kind of Quo song, or how does it work?
I've got to have the art side. For me, it's like I mentioned the AC/DC hammer in it. With Quo, I've got to have that edge.
Yeah.
I won't go into the Margarita times. That's not disrespecting it. It's just that I have to have the hardcore.
Yeah.
I think this. I mean, it's hard to explain because Quo are so good at what they do. And Rossi is keeping it alive in such a great, and so is John. But it's to this day, this like the backbone. There's still some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know, and but I don't know. I'm swung to I swing to the Night Rides and the Paper Planes and the Claudies and the Docker 2 and you know.
Yeah.
So you'll have to work it out yourself, Andy. You let me know. Let me know.
I will.
You know.
But I've started.
Claudia was an hard one, by the way. Claudia, because it's so melodic. It's Claudia.
Yeah.
And I got a few problems with Claudia because I wanted to do Francis's vocals to his key, but I wanted to put over a higher pitch, and I wanted to put some harmonies in there. And the only thing what I thought about to do, I thought of the Everly Brothers, and I sort of like listening to the Everly Brothers, and I sort of like I feel I've brought in something around that what complements Claudia in another way. So fingers crossed. I'm sure I'm going to either get shot or clap for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, people, and I think this is the essence of status quo as a whole. You either love them or you hate them for some reason. I don't know. I mean, most people, if they don't like a band, they'll just not listen to them. But status quo, people tend to be attracted to them and then complain about them.
I don't get it, do you? I don't get it because it's what did Alan said in the Alan Lancaster said in the early days. He said that whole song's 3 chords, you know, and it's stuck in, and you can put your flavours around it. You can fill in these extra side chords, but really at the end of the day, it is all about 3 chords if you want to make it groove along. Yeah. And I don't get it because Quo, I can't fault them, to be honest.
Are you a fan of the new setup?
Yeah, I am because it's not dead, is it? It's alive. It's going. It's pumping through. Yeah. You know, and I think the machine's there. I think there's respect to the essences of what created all this. And when you listen to the Carolines, and it's all there. Yeah. You know, there's an hard groove there, yeah. And then Rossi's just doing. I mean, I like Rossi's country stuff, to be honest. He got a #1 with that.
I do.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, the day I wake up and turn around and start saying it's crap,
Yeah.
this is the day, I've got to stop because music is music, and if the guys are keeping it going, then let them do it.
Zeni, it's been an absolute treat to speak to you again, my friend. Thanks ever so much for that.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, Andy. I mean, I might get into a bit of rap, and I suppose that's what it's about, isn't it?
Exactly, man. I love chatting with you, and your brand new single, the Cry of the Wind. Do you want to introduce it for us?
Cry the Wind. Well, Cry the Wind is just literally about the lockdown, and I mean, I've got a few lines here for you, which see if you can sort of like register with it. I mean, it's sort of like says like, I wonder, is this the way? I wonder, is this the end? In the darkness of the light, I see the shadows of the night. I hear a voice in the crying of the wind. I walk in the puddle stains with the mist of pain, blackened eyes of the midnight skies, cry of the wind. I think that sort of like sums up the moment of the first lockdown where people were just shut in and living in a dark world, to be honest.
Yeah. You take care of yourself, pal.
Yeah. Listen, Andy. Well, good luck to you and your family through this next chapter.
And you, my friend. Yeah, you take it easy.
And I'll send over the stuff, mate.
Thank you very much. You take care.
All right. Take care, Andy. See you later, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Ta.
Bye bye.
When the clock strikes in the middle of midnight, see the moon glow, I hear the owl sow. See the fox run in the shadow light. Is this the face of midnight? And I wonder, is this the way? And I wonder, is this the end? Is this the end? In this dark place, within the wind and rain, I hear the footsteps coming to my space. In the darkness of the light, I see the shadows of the night, of the night. I hear a voice, I hear a voice. the face of midnight.
It's the brand new one from Zeni Danussi, beg your pardon, and that is Cry of the Wind, and that is the single, and the brand new album that is out is called The Whiskey Blues. Both are available to download now on iTunes, Amazon.com or Amazon MP3, or for more information go to zenidanussi.co.uk. This is the Stage and Screen Show with me, Andy Snowden, here on 105 Calon FM. Good afternoon to you.
Calon FM on 105 FM.